Alright, so here we are for our part one of our semester exam review. Finishing up this semester in, whatever fashion you want to call this. Okay, let's get this started. So what we have here, number one, which function is represented by the following graph? Well, this is a curved graph. Again, the only curved graphs we have are y equals x squared. Y equals x is a straight line. And the other one, y equals, we'll say, 2 to the x power, remember it has to have an x and it has to be a positive number there, is the one that goes like that. Maybe you might need to remember exponential. So we got linear, quadratic, and exponential. Those are the three that we've studied. Keep that in mind. Alright, number two, which situation best describes the graph shown below? Okay, what do we see here? We see that it starts at 10 and it's going up. So if we start at 10 and go up, and it has 10, and it has 10, 5, 5, no. Going up would make me think I'm earning because I'm saving. Spending would make me think I'm going down, down, down. This one's going up, so the answer is A. Just learn to read and look at the graphs, look at the context, look at the clues. Come on, kiddos, you can do this. You can do it! And if you hear any random, say, pet sounds, that would be my cat and or my dog because, well, they're just being all sorts of we need your attention type of things. Anyways, sorry about that. Excuse the distraction. Number three, you read this long sentence and everything else, and it tells you perimeter. Where's perimeter? Which means you're going to add up all the sides. So that's what they're doing. They're adding up all the sides. Which of the following would be equivalent? So you want to simplify. Now, the way I do this is I like to line things up. 1x plus 3, 2x minus 1, 3x plus 4, 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6x, 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 plus 4 is 6, and thus it's got to be D. So there you go. On number 4, we want to put this into a graphing calculator. 2 steps. By the way, you might want to make sure you add notes. Maybe make a formula chart or make notes on the quiz on this review. What steps do you need to do? Like here, move the x over. If it's positive, it becomes negative. So I have negative 2y equals negative 6x plus 16. Then divide. Divide by a negative 2. Negative 2, negative 2. There's a negative there. So that way I would get y equals, excuse me that I'm writing it here over the words, but I'm running out of space. I didn't take a very good picture here. Anyways, negative 6 divided by 2 is positive 3x. 16 divided by negative 2 is negative 8. So you get 3x minus 8. Yeah, that looks fine. Alright, so moving on. Back to number 5. The following number 5. A lake is 24 feet deep. During a 4-month dry spell, the level of the lake decreases at a steady rate of 20 to 20 feet. So what is the rate of change? Rate of change, again, is like your slope. So part of me looks at this and says, okay, look, I've got, at the beginning, the lake was at 24 feet. In the end, or 4 months later, it's at 20 feet. So what I would do there is say 20 minus 24 over 4 minus 0 gives you negative 4 over 4. Simplify that, you get negative 1, but that means negative 1, it's going down, so it's going down 1 foot per month. So you have to keep in mind, make sure that you understand, the question may not ask for the negative 1, it may be asking like what's happening here. Well, it's obviously going down a foot per month. What does the slope represent here? Well, let's say here, according to this, we did this, we did this, we did that, we did that. You can do the whole lists and spreadsheets things and come up with the slope. You can do it here. Also, we've got a 40, change of 40, got to change a 5 here. 40 divided by 5, you divide the y's by the x's, you get 8. But what does that mean? It's money earned, so that's $8. Dividing by this, if I'm saying 40 divided by 5, that breaks it literally down to 1. So that means $8 per hour. So it tells you that's how much money Austin is earning every hour. Let's not worry about whether it's minimum wage or not. Some of y'all brought that up earlier. It's like, whoop de freaking do. Number 7. Which of the following equations has a y-intercept of 3 and an x-intercept of 2? Now remember, if you say this is A, B, C, the y-intercept is C divided by B. The x-intercept is C divided by A. The slope is negative A over B. Not that they're asking that, but that you could use that. So here, 12 divided by 2 gives me an answer of 6. I'm looking for an answer of 2. 12 divided by 4 gives me an answer of 3. 12 divided by 3 gives me an answer of 4. 12 divided by 6 gives me an answer of 2, and that was the answer I was looking for. 12 divided by 4 gave me an answer of 3. So there you go. Which of the following points is a solution? I would just plug these numbers in, like the x's and y's, into the x's and y's. So like negative 3 times 4 plus 4 times 2, does it give you an answer of negative 5? No, it gives you an answer of negative 4. So, not that. Negative 3 times a negative 1 plus 4 times a negative 2, does that give you an answer of negative 5? Yes, it does. So, B is your answer. Excuse me. I need to make sure I drink some water. Anyways. Alright, so let's see here. Katrina has 10 nickels and dimes in her purse. I told her, okay, so here, basically, let's think of this. Dollar amounts and dollar amounts should equal dollar amounts. How much is a nickel worth? A nickel is worth 5 cents. How much is a dime worth? A dime is worth 10 cents. 0.80, that's a dollar amount also, because you can see the little dollar sign. So there it has to be 5 cents plus 10 cents equals 80 cents. The 10 has to say nickels and dimes. N plus D. Because the nickels and the dimes equals how many coins? And there are 10 coins. So the answer here is B. What if you had to set it up by yourself without multiple choice? Well, here we have Emilio has $35 more than Ricky. Together they have $325. Write a substitute equation that could be used to determine. Okay, Ricky has X. Emilio is Y. Emilio, Y, is, or has, equals 35 more than Ricky, which is X. Yes. Together, X plus Y, they have $325. And there you go. You're done. That's the setup. All done. There you go. Easy peasy. So on and so forth. Okay. So that is page 1. Are there any questions? I hope not. But if there are, you must ask them before I see you the next time. Because the next time might be a time you're taking a test. Oh no! Okay, moving on. Alright, so let's look at number 11. Frank having a taco stand at Jamaica. Technically, you should set this up like as a... The cost is one thing, okay? So that would be like y equals 3x plus 150 because it's costing you $3 for every plate, plus you had 150 for the stand itself. The second equation is 6x because you're making $6 for every plate you sell. Now the question is, when does your cost exceed, I'm sorry, your profit, or the money you make, exceed your cost? So you could say solve it, you could say graph it, do Control T. You're going to have to do all that till you get to like 50. But what you could also do is just start plugging these numbers in, like put 35 here, and see if that gives you an answer where this equation is going to be more than this one. The answer, anyway. That doesn't happen for 35. Doesn't happen for 41. When it finally does happen, it happens at 51. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Let's try that again. Here. So at 51, that happens. Because what happens here at 51, you get 306 for 6 times 51, and for the other one you get 303. So right there he starts making a profit. Obviously he's going to make more of a profit at 80, but there he can make a profit. So the answer there is B. But on other systems of equations, something more simple, like say number 12, I would just graph them and then again press Control T. If you press Control T, you're looking for when you'll see like an X, and you'll see F1, F2, Y1, Y2, whatever. And you're looking for when they have the same answer. So like here in this example, it would have been 4. At 4, you would see 9, 9. So the answer there is 4, 9. That's your point of intersection. That's your solution. That's your answer. Same idea here, but they actually give you the graph. There you go. So those are fairly simple questions where you can just graph them and then solve them from there. Number 14, a rectangle has a perimeter of 46 centimeters. So 46 centimeters perimeter right there means 2L plus 2W. So 2L plus 2W equals 46. The length L is equals 1 less than means minus, but the whatever's in front of the words less than goes after the minus, whatever's after goes in front, 2W. Okay, so the 2W needs to move over here to the other side. So you have 2L plus 2W equals 46, and then 1L minus 2W equals negative 1. Now, here you could do matrices, and again, to do the matrix, it's menu 7, 5. Then that should show RREF, and then you choose the button next to the 9. Go ahead and choose the one in the middle. You want 2 rows, 3 columns, and you would type 2, 2, 46 for the top row, 1, negative 2, negative 1 for the bottom row, and then it's going to tell you the answer is 15 and 8. 15 would be the length, 8 would be the width. It's asking for the length, so there's your answer. Number 15 was a little different because this one is L times W, because it's area, is equal to 104. Then the length L is 5 more than the width, and then of course you could say plug it in and solve. This would have to be substituted in, so you're saying 5 plus W times W equals 104. Then since this would now actually be quadratic because it's area, it's quadratic. So in all honesty, the best thing to do in a quadratic is to graph it. So you want to be able to graph it, you want everything on one side. So the 104 has to move to the other side. So minus 104 equals 0. Graph this, and when you do that, it'll tell you that the W, or where it crosses the x-axis, because that's all you need to see is where does it cross the x-axis, and it crosses the x-axis at 8. So that means the width is equal to 8. I'm going to erase some of this on the top so you can see this, what I'm working with. Okay, so the width is equal to 8 because that's what you would see the graph, like it would cross at 8. Okay, so I have to add 8 to 5 and I get the length, 5 to 8, however you want to look at it. It's 13, and they asked for the length, so the answer is 13. Let's see here, number 16. You might want to make note of this. We can do the little triangle. The last number goes on top. The middle number goes on the bottom. If it's plus plus, it's plus plus on the sides. If it's a plus then a minus, it's 2 negatives on the side. So this is plus minus, that means 2 negatives. We'll come back to that in a second. Minus plus means plus minus, the larger number will go to the plus. Another minus minus still means plus minus, but the larger number goes to the minus. Okay, so basically all you needed here was the fact that, hey, look, it's minus minus, and there you go. Now, Technically, if there had been two answer choices, which, oh, hey, there is here. I didn't see that. No, there's no two answer choices that have double negatives. But let's say there had. Okay, obviously you can say here, 6, 2, negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12. Negative 6 plus negative 2 is negative 8. Okay, so there you go with that, and then that's fairly simple. All right, I'm reaching the 15-minute mark for this one, so I'm going to go ahead and stop there. I like to stop when I have, like, I don't like to make it too long. So I will make a part 2, but this is part 1, and thank you very much, and we'll get to the rest. There you go. And that's what my cat had to say too.